Well, according to Telangana government, CM KCR has announced that the admission fee should be reduced for students when they are going to schools. And we have a principal from Pallavi Model School, Borupal branch, Ms. Tanuja, with us to share more information regarding the fee structure that is going to be implemented. Ms. Tanuja, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, Ms. Tanuja, thank you so much for joining us. Um, let me get let me get straight to the point here. Fee structure for all the educational institutions. According to Mr. CM KCR of Telangana, he had announced that the admission fee should be reduced, or the fee structure should be a little lesser than what they used to take, what educational institutions used to take before, because of the situation right now we are going through. So can you give us a more information regarding this?
Yeah, Ms. Anusha, thank you so much for taking our inputs on this.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to update that all the schools across have respected the GO that has come, and they have revised the fee structure, which means the last year fees only is being continuing for this academic year also.
Right.
Instead of the term fees also, all the schools have enabled the monthly payment option. So to that extent, all schools have been very proactive in reaching out to the parents. But here, I have a humble submission to make to all the stakeholders related to the school and not related to the school also. There is an important point that I would like to discuss. Am I audible, Anusha?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Some points I would like to nail as. One is, many people think that actually schools are running online. So, there are a lot of savings that will happen on the school front. But honestly, that's a big no for it. There is not even iota of truth in that, for a simple reason. Schools overheads remain the same. Okay?
Yeah.
Contrary to what parents are thinking. Maybe, and because they think electricity is saved, water bills are saved, because that's a minor expenditure of our major expenditure. If you see the salaries, the rent, the maintenance, the infrastructures, the EMIs of our budget, everything would remain the same.
Right.
And I'm sure across all, and especially the Pallavi group of institutions in particular and at Borupal, we have invested so much in ensuring that, we have spent so much on the infrastructure to meet the online classes. And because when we have to make our transport very foolproof and then, to be very efficient, we take our own buses. So those EMIs with interest, the road tax, insurance, servicing, fitness certificates, and the salaries of the drivers, IAS, everything is going as usual. And yes, selection of tuition fee has become a major challenge. And teachers and staff are undergoing more stress than in the regular times, because this is a major paradigm shift. The teachers have taken it up, and I must, respect all the teachers and appreciate all the teachers across how beautifully they've been handling the e-classes.
Right.
Online classes is not easy because, all the content had to be developed, which otherwise they were not used to 100%.
Right.
The e-learning content was developed, assessments, lesson plans, worksheets, question papers, and having post-scholastic also on part of it, like competitions, quiz and co-curricular activities, everything is going on as part of their daily planning. And believe me, they're doing it from home, balancing their family and keeping their children behind. Not easy. It's not easy take for teachers here. And I must also draw your attention here when a plea was filed by a petitioner to waive a tuition fee during lockdown. The courts, I'm glad the courts have come up saying that e-education is no child's play, and efforts made by a teacher in online classes are more than those required in the physical classrooms, and they refuse to entertain school fee petitions.
Right.
So our humble request would be any decisions taken should be keeping, all these factors into consideration going forward. Anything that is started with a good intention should be made use by people in a judicious manner. And at this point of time, protecting the schools and protecting the teachers, we should keep the onus of that responsibility on the parents' shoulders. Otherwise, the schools surviving itself will become a major question mark.
Right, right. Also, Ms. Tanuja, as you've pointed out regarding the unpreparedness of teachers for the online education because of this sudden pandemic situation that has arose, there are a lot of teachers who were unprepared for this complete transition. Not all teachers were ready for this sudden change. So, can you give us a little more insight as to how teachers have overcome this process step by step? As you know, this is a new academic year for students as well. So,
True.
teachers, yeah.
True. See, thankfully, we started our academic year in the month of March.
Right.
And when we handled the classes in the month of March, we have taken the licensed versions of these Zoom meetings and all. And when we conducted, the strength was little more in every class. So we did have about, 40 to 60% of the teachers who are technically very, very good. So we've utilized those teachers in the forefront. Then we utilized that time for training our teachers.
Right.
Training our teachers, in fact every teacher, because online teaching to have the attention of the child for that particular time is very, very difficult. So
Exactly.
it cannot be a mere explanation.
Exactly.
So we have included a board explanation plus a PPT presentation and also an explanation by the teacher with videos online, the YouTube links and many other things. Because the first 35 minutes that you're teaching or the 30 minutes that you're teaching or for the lower classes be 20 minutes, you have to ensure the child is with you.
Exactly.
So for this we have utilized the complete March, April month after the lockdown period, and I must say the managements across have not taken a back step at all to invest in training. And we have provided a desktop, we have provided the headset, we have provided webcam. Schools have invested so much actually in ensuring the teachers work from home.
Right.
Because we have now today I can proudly say across 600 teachers of Pallavi Group of institutions are teaching from home. And
Right.
this happened as a reality only because management has been very proactive in providing it. And that comes with a cost. So teachers have been trained
Right.
to cater to, and now we are going in the ratio of 1:1 section where now my teachers are all ready to take it. The 2 months of training is helping them to handle the classes very well.
Right, right. Also here I would like to ask, because of this explosion of the online education in the system, what is it that has come out? What is the outcome that we've learnt out of it?
They say generally that necessity is the mother of invention. The same
Right.
teachers probably when we were asked in the month of February and January that we'll completely go online would have said no.
Yeah.
But I think when the situation has come up, everybody has raised to the occasion. So you have to see that when the time comes, people would come forward, they would embrace the situation, they would take life as it comes, and then when it comes to, and I think teachers are gifted with that extra power of compassion and empathy.
Right, right,
I mean, we're very proud to be a part of it.
right. So also here I would like to ask you the passive learning of students. As you've also pointed out here for online teaching, what I'd like to mention, students might or might not listen to the lecture that teacher is there when they're there on online. So how is it that teachers are able to engage these students? Like it's a whole new other challenge because the
Correct,
students
correct.
might put the screen off or put their call on mute. So teacher is basically looking at a screen into a blank screen and imagining a student there and teaching.
Yeah.
So
Thankfully, Anisha, I got the question right.
Yeah.
See, we are asking children to open the videos. That's the first thing that we are requesting. But
Yeah.
having said that, after 2-3 periods, then there's kind of, the network issues or something would come up.
Right.
What we have done is we have appointed one observer for every class. Because our main contention is to ensure that the child who does not speak much in the class, the child who does not answer much in the class, that is the child whom we would want to identify. We don't want that kind of a child to get neglected in this process. So there's a teacher who keeps, and the main teachers also who are teaching, they're given the responsibility to ask questions for every 5 minutes.
right.
So that, the child is alert. The teacher might ask me question any time. They're asked to either summarize whatever the teacher has taught or any questions on what she has taught, are asked, to share about the previous class. So the teachers have been trained on student engagement for that particular time very well. And we do have the, the counselors and the special educators guiding teachers on this. how do we meaningfully engage children. It's just not, the delivery of content, or it's just not the delivery of, whatever we plan for that. No. It's more to reach out to the child in an efficient way, because here, keeping up the morale of the child, keeping up the emotional well-being of the child is also very important. So after every, 20 minutes of a class, when there is a break time, we are having these eye exercises, neck exercises. We are getting the PET department walking in, making them do some kinds of exercises. The dance teachers come in, the music teachers come in. So we've kind of interspaced the scholastic with the post-scholastic period.
Right.
To keep up the interest.
Yeah. Here I would like to interrupt you for a bit, Ms. Tanuja.
Yes.
As you've said, teachers raise questions in between, ask students different questions to make sure that they are listening throughout. There are many applications that teachers are using for online teaching. For example, Zoom app is one of the medium that they are using. So the time restrictions, the teachers have a time restrictions. A 1 hour class would be reduced to a 40 minutes, like according, as we're talking about Zoom app, the class could be, the time restriction is 40 minutes for that app. How is it that teachers are accommodating their lecture plus the questionnaire round, also looking at the students, keeping them engaged? How is it that they're maintaining this 40 minutes gap? How is it that they're doing so much in this gap?
No, generally what happens is, in a 40 minutes class, the teacher does not teach for 40 minutes.
Right.
Always the first 5 minutes is always about the recap of the previous lesson.
Yes.
And at this point of time, during the pandemic situation, we have laid clear ground rules for teachers also. 5 minutes, they will have to talk about the well-being of the children.
Right.
Because children are not interacting with friends, children don't get to go outside now. So we said invest 5 minutes in finding out the well-being of the children. Then it is always about 15 minutes of teaching. Then 5 minutes there would be activities. See, otherwise passively listening to a teacher for a longer time.
Yeah.
I mean, when the interest of the child comes down.
Yeah.
So when there is a recap, then when there is a teacher involving activities also in the class, and you have this possibility of having breakout rooms and all in Zoom also.
Right.
So you assign activities to children, put them into different groups, and then tell them that 5 minutes time is given, you have to perform this and then come back. Then you have to keep up the excitement and enthusiasm for the complete 35 to 40 minutes. Then it becomes meaningful.
Right.
Yes, a lot of planning is required for that.
Yeah, exactly. Also here I would like to ask you, my one last question to you is,
Yes.
everything is going great, online teaching, teachers are have overcome through the challenges, now they know what to do, students are also putting in effort, but in the end it is always an online teaching, it's virtual, there's no physical connect there. There are not physically socializing. These things impact the mind of a child.
Correct.
And there are many, they get disturbed psychologically because they've been restricted to be there in one room and listen to it. What is it? How can long term of online teaching, do educational institutions are really looking forward for more of it, or do they think that they have to come up with something, a better option, because these things for children, they're very sensitive in this age, so their minds are like plastic, they mold the way the teachers mold it, because they are the ones children learn from, mainly because most of their day is spent in school.
Correct.
So what is it that we can do in this situation?
I totally agree with what all you mentioned, Anusha, but here the parental role is also very, very important.
Right.
We've been having some kind of counselor sessions for parents also, because this is a time where parents can have a huge impact on children. And children are more visual learners.
Right.
They listen, but they also see and learn.
Right.
So the kind of good impact that parents can have at this point of time. We've been telling children, our parents also, sit down with your children and play every game that is possible.
Right.
See the movies together and then do the reading part together. And when I do my parent orientations, I've always told parents, once the child finishes the class, ask the child to summarize it for you.
Right.
Tell them that, I have not had this concept when I was a child, so can you explain this to me? So the child listens with an accountability. So when he goes back and explains, the parent also can comprehend. See, what happens is, definitely this is not a situation which anybody wanted. Because social interaction, social skills, this is what students come to school for, and we also work very consciously building on that. But I would say, other than the sports activities, we did not we did not back out on giving out any activity to my children. To an extent, day after, we are going to go ahead with an investiture ceremony. We have online elections, and my student council will get invested day after. So, we're trying to kind of cater to every activity that is possible, every post-scholastic activity. Definitely, we are not looking for a long-term online classes like this. Because it is a need of the hour, we have embraced it. That's all.
Right, right. Thank you so much, Ms. Tanuja. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Most welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.